this video, you're gonna see a one-on-one call of me dissecting one of my clients who's currently doing about $30,000 per month, which is about 6 figures a year, and showing them exactly the steps we're gonna take to get them to $100,000 per month, ultimately over $1 million a year. Now, this is me recording after the call, but let me say this will be the most important 60 minutes or however long of a video if you actually watch it, to show you how to get to $1 million brand. I showed them exactly how I do it, and I broke it down step by step to their brand. I'm not gonna lie, I released way too much information inside of this video. Some people watch 2 to 3 minutes and then, forever not know how to scale their e-com brand, but I promise you, this 60-minute video will be worth it. Let's get into it. Right now, you guys are currently doing $22,000 in revenue. Not that profitable. We want to figure out how to make that profitable. And then we want to also scale that up to around 100K a month as a first goal to make this 6-figure brand officially a 7-figure brand. That's the goal. We're going to walk through exactly where your constraints are. We kind of already have your numbers. We're going to diagnose this together. And then again, we're going to walk away, figure out your biggest problems. And then I'm going to lay out a game plan on how you can actually solve those problems, and then we're going to solve them together. And then we'll do kind of a checkup here in about a month or two, refilm another video where you guys are at when you're at 100, 80, 120K a month, refilm where you're at then. So let's kind of dive into it. You guys already have 2 kind of forms of acquisition, 2 marketing channels. You have Google ads and Facebook ads. I think those work very, very well. Your Google ads, as we see, you're spending about 4K on ads, and then you're generating about 16K in revenue. Very superb number. It could be optimized a bit, but I want to figure out the big levers. Let's figure out the big problems we have, solve those big problems, because that's what's going to take you to 100, 250K a month. Looking at big levers here, I feel like a big lever to figure out, just looking at your numbers, is Facebook ads. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think Facebook needs some help, and we could drive a lot of traffic through there.
Yeah. Looking at your Facebook ad spend, 6,600 with 6K in revenue, just on a surface level, you're negative, not even talking about cost of goods. You're probably around 25%. Every dollar you spend, you maybe make back 75 cents, 70 cents, around that. You want to be able to get that up a bit higher. You want to get your ROAS. The goal for this is around 1.2, 1.4. We don't need to be extremely profitable on the Facebook ad side. We just want to be able to get customers profitably, because then in the back end, we'll kind of get them to buy more stuff, keep them as a long-term customer. Your LTV is pretty good, so you have your customers coming back and buying again and again. We just need to figure out how to get the customers in the door profitably. Doesn't have to be super profitably, because again, that back end is going to make it, that's where all the money's made. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. So looking at you guys' actual back end metrics, so conversion rate, AOV, LTV, conversion rates at a 2%. I'd say this is something we can definitely get up. I love to get this at like a 3-4% in the next 1 to 2 months. So we're gonna have to pull some big levers there. I feel like this is probably you guys' biggest constraint just looking at it. AOV we can bring up a bit to around $90. I feel like there's a couple of things you can put in there to kind of boost that AOV up. So we're making sure we're getting a little bit more per customer. I wouldn't say it's a huge lever, but it's definitely a lever it's super simple things we can pull. So let's kind of figure it out. Your LTV, I think you have a great product. I think your LTV is in a great place. The things we do for AOV, CRV, and this email SMS is going to organically boost that up, but I think it's already in a great place. Don't need to focus on it too much. So looking at this, I've kind of already pre-written out some questions to figure out. Let's ask together and figure out why the conversion rate is so low. Do you think you guys have a low conversion rate, first of all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is you guys' target goal for conversion rate? So I can kind of jot that down here.
3 to 5%.
Yeah.
Would that be generous?
I think 3 to 5% is a solid number to kind of hit as a goal. Definitely want to raise it up a few points. And then for AOV, we want to kind of hit this metric up to about $90. That's the goal for those 2 right there. LTV's solid. So do you guys feel like your website is trustworthy and optimized for objection handling? So it's kind of pop over to your website. I guess is a great place to start. Kind of tell them what you guys sell and a little bit about the brand so they can kind of know.
Our brand is really designed around body enhancement and a solution to problems that many women and men are facing today. And basically, it's been a passion to, find products that are organically created and naturally based so that women, men are not taking drastic measures with other options that, frankly, I didn't, really feel comfortable with. And this is something that kind of is near and dear to my heart with regards to the solution of a problem. And it's just pretty much, around the area of body enhancement products for both men and women.
Love it. I know you have a pretty killer slogan there. What is it? Remind me again.
Curves without cuts.
I love it. So that's kind of the overall goal with what you're going for with your products. Looking at your products, I've seen stuff super similar. It seems like your website's built out pretty well. This one's on a join the wait list, so I'm guessing this one's not available right now. now?
Yeah, we're currently out of stock on that one in production. We just had a frenzy with a sellout. So sometimes it's hard to keep our products obviously in stock. It's just a matter of, timeline. So we're in that phase right now.
For all your products, which one's the best seller? Like if we had to like figure out 80-20, like this one's getting the most sales out of all of them, is it 2 products or is it 1 product that's just significantly outperforming all of them?
The Breast Max supplement product has been the main product.
Okay.
And then the Brazilian Butt Boost is right behind it. The supplements, I would say more than the creams, but the creams have come around. And a lot of our customers and people in our community are asking, hey, what if I use both or, take both or use both at the same time?
Yeah.
And that definitely helps and speeds up results. So that's something that we've been working on, trying to, get that message out there better. And one of the things we did was create a bundle. I think we could do some better, storytelling around using both products together.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've done the bundle so far.
Okay.
And had some success with it.
Yeah, I love it. So the bundle's working very, very well. That's a value discount bundle, this bundle right here, where you just sell a lot of the same product?
No, it's actually another SKU. So if you go to the shop all page, you'll see that below that. Yep, it's the supplement and the cream together.
So like, what's this? Like, give me percentages. If we had to take 100%, what percentage of sales are coming from this one?
Yeah, I'd say 75%.
And then this one's 25, like 20?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I definitely want to focus on this one. If this is like the 80-20 big thing to focus on. Like first and foremost, you don't want to spread yourself too thin and start focusing on all these other different products, especially when there's one product that's kind of significantly working. I call it the 80-20 rule. Figure out what 20% that you're doing is giving you 80% of the results. So with that said, am I telling you to take off all the other products on your website? No, but I will say let's focus on this one and then let's figure out how we can drive the most sales to this one. Are you doing any on this particular one? I don't see any like SKU upsells where if they buy this one, they get, and they try to buy it and like for lack of better words, the BBL one kind of pops up, the other one for the booty. That supplement, is that popping up?
Yeah. So we do have some upsells integrated with our checkout. So I believe, if you add to cart.
So only on checkout, but not on like before checkout.
Exactly, right down there, yep.
Okay, I see. What I would love, first of all, to integrate just looking at this, it would definitely boost AOV if you made it a bit more prominent. So like as soon as you click it, so like you click, single purchase. First and foremost, I'd like to add a buy button. I see some add to cart buttons. I'd love to see like a big buy button right here. And then you can have these as well. I don't know if you guys are using Shopify, the dynamic checkout, but like if you could have that dynamic checkout button, that does increase conversion rate as well. So those are 2 things we can add. Add a buy button, add a dynamic checkout button. So basically what a dynamic checkout button is, if their phone is familiar with using Apple Pay to buy a lot of products and their phone knows that, they can just click on that, double tap with their phone, checked out, and they're done. Like it skips the add to cart page, skips all that, super quick, super fast. It's almost super similar to Amazon's one-click checkout. You tap it, they already have your information saved. They can check out within 30 seconds. What you want to avoid is having your customer have all these different pages that they have to go through, especially if they just want to make an impulsive decision and buy it. So like really, really leaning into that impulsive decision making. So adding those 2 things. Another thing, again, I would like to add is as soon as they tap that add to cart button or that buy now button, I want to push another SKU in their face. So that second SKU that you guys are doing, the Brazilian Butt Boost product, like as soon as they tap the add to cart button, it should be like, hey, would you also like this one off or this one? And they can say yes or no simply. You want to figure out what the take rate is at before they check out. And then you're going to offer it again after checkout for a significant discount. So I love the fact that you guys are doing these 2 right here. I would love to run these like post checkout. So what I would like to do is when they actually decide to buy a Breast Max, okay, now you only make $50 per pop. So they add this to cart, ask them, do they want to buy the Brazilian butt lift? No, they don't want to buy it. Proceed to checkout. Enter their information. They buy this particular product right here. Love how you have the route package protection. That's great. I was going to talk about that. Have you split tested this? Is this the take rate on this is pretty high or no?
Yeah, it's up there, I'd say.
I would say like 85 to 90%.
Nice. So if it's that high, like you're getting an 85% take rate on that, I mean, just bump it up $1 every single week or every single week until you figure out like, oh, it's dropping significantly. Like it starts to hit like 70, 65%. You probably could add like 990 when it's all over. So I'd bump that up about $1, bump up insurance add-on by $1 a week until take rate drops. But they're going to checkout, they buy, and then after checkout, what you would love to have is give them an upsell, but like a massive upsell. We don't want the take rate on this to be incredible, but we want to have like a super large upsell. So it's like, hey, buy this $200, $300 product for 25% off. Now maybe the take rate's 30, 40, maybe 30%, 25%. You would rather have that than having an upsell of like 50, 60% or only like $50, because if a couple of people buy this, it's going to significantly boost your AOV. Start having customers, infrequently buy, 1 out of every 3 customers spend $300 versus, every other customer spending $75. You'll make a lot more money here.
Right.
So I'd add that first and foremost, focus on breast lift. And then you want to run that bundle. So run the 188 bundle, obviously give like a discount, figure out the discount that kind of works for you guys, 15, 25, 35% off, whatever. It's kind of free money at that point. So you can give a pretty significant discount. The take rate doesn't have to be crazy. You just want them to spend a lot of money. Like for the customers that are gonna buy it, they already have their information in. They're already a hot lead. You're way better on getting them to just spend a lot more money. It's a better path going down that than trying to get them to buy something even cheaper. Okay, just let them spend as much money as they want to.
Right.
So post checkout, run the 188 bundle rather than a cheaper alternative. So just this one in itself should boost your AOV by a couple of bucks. I could see it raising it by $2, $3, maybe even $4. This one can bump it up about $1 or so. Adding the dynamic checkout add to cart button is going to significantly boost that conversion rate. Just kind of looking at surface level things that we can kind of do from that. Your checkout page looks pretty decent though. Your add to cart button, I love that. I love how you have that pre-selected, pretty decent.
On the dynamic checkout, is that similar to Shop Pay you're talking about?
Let me see if I can pull up somebody who has so I can kind of show you. They might have it, they might not. Okay, they don't have it on here. But again, you do see how they have like a big checkout button, like it takes up like half the screen. That's you don't want a small checkout button. You definitely want something bigger. Let me see if I can find a brand that runs it. Cool. This is what I mean by a dynamic checkout button.
There you go.
Okay, so this is just a random store. I have no idea what their numbers are kind of doing. But basically what it does is kind of integrate with whatever the customer's already like most familiar with purchasing. So if they make all their checkouts with PayPal or most of them with Apple Pay, or they buy with Shop Pay, you kind of want to allow them to have that option. And this just skips and goes straight to checkout. You see, if you click on it, straight to checkout. You'd already be signed into your Shop Pay, so you wouldn't have to sign into anything. It's literally like click this button and you purchased it. So it'd really be super quick. It's like the quickest version you can get of like a one tap kind of checkout. So that would be super beneficial to add that dynamic checkout button. Looking at you guys' product pictures, give me some insight on why we never took product pictures like in-house, like real product pictures.
Yeah, just finding the right person. I think this is a recent photo shoot. We did a rebrand a few years ago. Mm-hmm. So this is the rebrand, and then we sent off our products to the studio and they did a photo shoot just for our products, which is what you see here.
Okay. For this image right here, is this AI generated? It looks kind of AI generated.
No, the background might be. We changed up background colors, but even the next picture in the bathroom with the...
Yeah, I know this one.
That's
yeah.
not...
I'll pull AG1s here so you can kind of see. And you can even go with something super similar, like super simple, just a product picture like a hand and then like a cool gradient background. I want to stay away from this kind of photo, although it might not be AI generated. You see how that like question, is it AI generated? It's not. It does look a bit AI generated. So I would try to get a better photo here. Like when you go on this one right here, like their main product picture, if you had something that like, it looks real life, super simple. It doesn't have to be super crazy, but again, you do want a more realistic product picture. Just that. I mean, this might raise your conversion rate by like an entire %. I really do think your conversion rate is being significantly affected. It was like the first thing that I thought about was like your product picture could be better. Super simple thing you can do. You can get it probably done by tomorrow, just have someone take some better photos and kind of aim for a bit higher quality photo. Like you can go for the white background. I really would try to avoid white background. Going for something that like, again, just shows and just a super simple background. This is my favorite by far. So upgrading that product page would definitely help a lot. So we'll definitely start there. Yeah. Just doing that again would significantly boost conversion rate without a doubt. And the other photos don't necessarily matter. Like this one's solid. You can keep that. That one's solid. That one's solid. But the main photo, because most people don't even go through and scroll, is going to have a lot of pull. Are you kind of basing yours similar kind of off competitors?
I mean, we've seen the competitors. It just kind of seems like we've aligned. We've all kind of the same foundation, but we haven't like used them as a target for our stuff.
Yeah. No, 100%. This one I would say is a pretty solid product page. Are you guys testing landing pages at all? Like how many landing pages are you testing or have you tested?
Yeah, we're not really testing product pages.
Okay, yeah. So huge pool there. I mean, again, another 1% of conversion rate could be generated from just that. Like I could see you guys literally getting to a 4% conversion rate by changing your product picture and testing landing pages, just doing those two things. So we definitely want to test landing pages. A lot of people get stuck in the trap. They make a really great website, and that's just the website for the entirety of the brand's life. Like they don't run landing pages. They don't try different things like seasonal landing pages or specific pain point landing pages. Testing out new things and seeing which kind of works, significant pool there. Like you can go for a little bit more review. Like, okay, what happens if we put a little bit more trust? Like we show a lot more, customer reviews, and we just kind of go for pushing a bunch of results. And that's the main landing page. Less about the product, more results. Test that. Then go more about the product, less testimonials, etc. And kind of see which one kind of works for your brand, but only being stuck in this box right here. Because I know for 100% fact, a product like this is most definitely going to be like testimonial based. One of those kind of product pages would work a lot better. Like kind of similar to this, you see as soon as you scroll down, there's just hundreds of videos or tens of videos just showing like people after people trying this product and it working for them. Because the biggest reason, and how I like to look at my product pages, is like figure out the reason why a customer wouldn't buy. If you can solve for that on your product page, your customer's going to buy. So that's what a product page should be. It's not to explain your product. It's not to show all these fancy pictures or put testimonials in there. You just figure out, okay, for my product specifically, what are the 3 main reasons customers won't buy? And then design your product page or your landing page accordingly. And that's what I call objection solving. So I'll put that on the side here. So what are the 3 main reasons a person wouldn't buy from your brand? Do you guys know?
I mean, first and foremost, they're skeptical, and trust seems kind of like taboo-ish to think that, a supplement or a topical cream could enhance a natural body part.
Okay.
Not knowing the direct effects.
So when someone goes on, they're feeling like the product's taboo, it might not work. The way you would solve that is probably show other customers that it's worked for, like testimonials. When we scroll down, you're just showing how it works. So I'm scrolling down, It's a bunch of like descriptions on how it works, but like you told me, it's not how it works that they want to know. Does it work is what they want to know. And nowhere on your product page do I even really see that until like at the very bottom here. I scroll down and we see some like customer reviews. And then even then you got like a 3-star at the very beginning, which is not a bad thing, but there's no pictures of like people with a before and after, like videos. Again, we want to put that stuff first and foremost. This is a great example of a testimonial based product page. So we'll redesign this product page and kind of together. And we'll focus on that. For your reviews, I would love to put some picture reviews, picture, video reviews. Like I love that to be taken up on like all these reviews. Like the first 9, should be those picture, video reviews. And you can even go in and turn off like dates if you got to go in and like, because I don't know what app you're using, but if you're using like Luke's or something, just to show the ones you really want to show. I think Luke's automatically pushes videos and photos up first, but just to show the ones you want to show, you might have to take away all the other ones till it just gets to the photos.
Yeah, the challenge for us for reviews has been a couple things. First, I would say it's a product that takes some time for results. And then, it's not like, I'm drinking this, or it's a toothpaste for whatever, it's something that takes time to get results. And we recommend that you use our product at least for 90 days before you start seeing results. Some people see results within 2 or 3 weeks. Some people it takes 2 or 3 months. Yeah. But that's one thing, right? Taking a while to get results. And then second off, it's a private body part. So It's been difficult to try to get someone to show us before or afters or send those in.
And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a before and after though. Like your reviews literally can just be a picture of the bottle themselves. Like you can go and pay, 5, 10 people, or not, you don't even have to pay anyone. Just go, have your kids go have, take a couple pictures of the bottle on a desk and go manually put the reviews in there yourself. Especially if you already have reviews, just going in and rewriting the review. Like a customer already said that review, you're just adding your own picture. I don't think that's like very misleading at all. The customer already said what his review is. You're just adding your own picture to kind of boost your conversion rate.
Got it.
But here's an example. I think this product right here like gets rid of like odor or something. How can you show that it gets rid of odor? You really can't. Just showing pictures of the bottle. People have actually bought the product. It's a trustworthy site. Pictures go a long way. Okay. And if you can't get videos, that's fine. But again, I'd probably recommend going out, getting your UGC creators that you already have, tell them shoot a, get like 2 or 3, 5 or so videos, add those to your product page, huge boost in conversion rate. Okay. Yeah. I think for you guys, just overly simplify it and to just focus on the main objection people aren't buying, and then kind of get rid of the rest. Like, you really want to cut short, because you want them to be able to scroll down and actually reach the reviews, then actually reach these FAQ questions. If they're just endlessly scrolling and they're like, oh, this never ends, they'll never reach the bottom. They'll kind of give up, and they'll just probably swipe off your page. That's probably why you have a low conversion rate. People just got lost in all the information you're trying to spoon feed them. Like, no one really wants to read big paragraphs or, go through all this information. It's like you're giving them a book and they just want to buy a product,
Totally.
So,
right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I'd overly simplify that. Are you guys doing any free shipping unlocks?
No, we did in the past. I guess we're not promoting it on the top banner, but yeah, it's over $50 is free shipping.
Let me see if you at least have it in the add to cart. It's in here. I'd probably like to move that to like a bar, so it's like kind of gamified, so they can see as they spend more money, they unlock it. There's certain apps on there. I think there's an app literally called Free Shipping Unlock on Shopify. You can kind of add that to your store. So there's like a bar up front, but you don't want to just scare your customer, like, and they're surprised, like, oh, I have to pay for shipping. You want to kind of let them know that on the product page up here as well. Typically, a great one that I like to do is whatever sale I'm doing plus free shipping over, $50. So if I were to rewrite this for you guys, I'd be like announcement bar. You could say, for example, 10% off plus free shipping for orders, and just put that as your announcement bar. I mean, this is the exact same framework of the ones that I'm using for my site. And it gives your customer, like, they can see it on the product page, and then they also see it on the add to cart. So add a free shipping unlock bar on add to cart. And then the app for that is just literally type in free shipping. There's tons and tons of them. It shouldn't be hard to find.
Right.
But just doing that, again, these two things, letting it be known that you do have free shipping unlocks, significantly increase AOV, because customers are gonna be like, okay, I wanna spend 50 plus more. Okay. Now I'm interested, why are you guys doing for orders 50 plus? Because if they buy just one of these, they get free shipping, no?
Right.
Yeah. I'd probably like to settle that free shipping unlock like a bit above what your current AOV is. So maybe like $90 or like, $95. So that way they actually have to try. If most people are buying this product anyway, 75% of it, you might as well not even have a free shipping unlock, because they all get free shipping,
Yeah, our buy two, get one free is the most popular variation, I'd say. Once we've seen that and implemented this buy two, get one, I guess we kind of put that to the side and weren't really worried about it. I definitely see what you're saying. Yeah, there's no incentive to move up to the 3-pack.
Correction, if it's at 1 pack is 49, it's going to be at face value 49. It's still not 50.
$49.99. So they have to spend 1 penny more to get free shipping?
I think so. Yeah. And it's just the core dollar amount of the
again, like saying it like that, like you see how I have that misinterpreting, like, oh, if I just buy this one, I get free shipping, and then they get to checkout and they're still getting charged, and like, oh, I only had to spend 1 more penny. Like, why didn't they just say, $90 or $95?
Yeah.
I just bump it up a little bit.
Taxes changes that for some states, and then also route protection, the insurance changes that too.
Okay.
You're saying that taxes add to the dollar amount for the shipping change? I think it's before that calculation, to be honest, because we've seen.
No, I don't think so.
I'll do a test.
I think the bigger issue here, whether the taxes and stuff matters. I love the fact that you have the buy two, get one free, and that is an insane take rate on that, especially the buy one. I think the deals and stuff and bundles are there. How many people are buying this one right here? Buy 3, get 2 free.
25% of the time.
Okay. Yeah. And are you guys raising your prices? Are you split testing raising prices, or you kind of stay at the same price the whole time?
Yeah, no, we have. We started out at 39. I think maybe even 34 back in the day.
Okay.
So from 34 to 39, then we split tested 39 to 49, and 49 seemed to be working. We've kind of just stuck with that for a little bit.
Have you went to 55 or 59 and seen a drop, and you just kind of didn't, or you stopped at 49?
Yeah, we stopped at 49 because the topical cream is at 59.
Okay.
And we just have that $10 difference for the cream versus the supplement.
Yeah.
So we just didn't feel like we could take the cream to 70 or 69.
Well, again, if most of your customers are buying this one anyways, what your creams are priced at wouldn't necessarily matter, because it's like a small drop in the bucket of what's actually happening in your business. Like, this is 75% of the results. Like, we should focus on just this one. Now, as far as testing prices, I love that you did raise the prices in the beginning. Let's just keep doing it. You know, we just keep raising prices, see where it kind of the conversion rate really get affected, and then just bump it back down one notch and keep it there forever and see what the market's really willing to pay for it. I'd be sure they'd probably pay 54, maybe even 59. And the thing about that is a lot of people have this dilemma or this misconception like, oh, if I charge too much, my customers aren't going to want to buy it. I've had products that I'll sell for like $49 or let's say $29, and I price that exact same product for $99. Just the fact that the product was priced more just gives the customer like, okay, this one has to be higher quality because it's a lot. It has to work. And you guys told me your biggest objection is people just thinking it's not going to work. If you price it higher, a customer is going to think it's better because it's more expensive. And that's just how the world works. People think Gucci bags or Louis Vuitton bags are really, really cool because they're just priced expensive. Okay. So don't feel scared to raise those prices. I'd probably say raise it like $5 or a couple dollars every single week until you see a significant drop off. Again, bump it down one notch after you see that significant drop off. And that's the maximum a customer is willing to pay for that product. Okay.
Yeah. And another thing we look at for that is also the competitors, and we're priced a little bit higher than our competitors. So that's why we kind of topped out at that price, but we're more proactive with our sales and, you know, the banners that we run with consistent 10% or 15% sales on our site.
Well, the good thing about you guys is that you have a supplement. So you don't really have any competitors. You have people who do similar things, but at the end of the day, you guys have a proprietary formula and people know that. Like even if they were taking like let's say Bearvana, for example, they're a company that does something similar. They don't know if their stuff works. It's not like a push-up board or like a water bottle where it's just a physical product. Like this is it. Like I know they're both going to be the same. I don't have a problem if they're going to work because it's a water bottle. Like how is the water bottle not going to work? This is a supplement. They're like, okay, which one of these is going to work? You are the only Kimi Naturals with this proprietary supplement. There's no one else that's competing with you. You have the entire market to yourself because you guys have, does that kind of make sense? Yeah. So raising your prices more, someone could look at this and then look at Bearvana and be like, these guys are priced more because they just work. And Bearvana is a gummy bear, and like, how can I expect it to work? If I want to buy something cheaper, then I'll buy that. But like, I want something that works, and that's why I'm here, and I'm going to buy that. You really don't have any competitors, truly. And that's just based on the nature of your product. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a proprietary blend, you know, all natural ingredients, 30% organic, and we've built that. You know, that's our, you know, reputation. Our products work, and it's a superior product to rest out there.
And think about it this way, like you go to the grocery store, you buy Fruit Loops versus like Fruity Hula Hoops. A lot of people just buy Fruit Loops and they take the markup because they know Fruit Loops taste better and Fruity Hula Hoops, they're cheaper, but they're probably a lower quality and they don't taste as good. If you take that to the extreme, if I'm putting something in my body that I'm hoping to get a result out of, I'm probably going to go with the on-brand stuff. You know, and I'm willing to pay that little extra price if it's going to help me. Because at the end of the day, you guys are saving them thousands of dollars of getting plastic surgery and just do it in a pill form. They're willing to pay that. Okay.
Absolutely.
Just this significantly going to increase your AOV. I could see your AOV getting to like 90, 95 pretty easily, $90 realistically. Conversion rate, hopefully we can bring that up to 4%, 3.5, just doing this. Now, I do think your conversion rate's probably really, really low based on the simple fact of your like marketing. So I do want to address your marketing and see how you guys are testing marketing, how your ads look, how many creatives you guys are running. So let's kind of dive into that, shall we? So first thing, when I am looking at how you guys are structuring this, it seems like he has kind of his own formula for how he kind of is doing it. He's running a bunch of retargeting ads. He has a age set 35, 65. And for everyone who's watching, they don't run their own ads. They have a media buyer who's overseas. The only thing that I'm seeing right here is, at least from this ad in particular, and let me see if all the ads are the same. So the only thing I'm kind of seeing from this is like Facebook is being super restricted. Like I don't even see on here where you guys have just broad. You just let Facebook decide. Now the only problem with that is that Facebook, the AI algorithm is like 20 times smarter than anyone will ever be, you know? And they know the audience, they know who's gonna buy your product, et cetera, et cetera. So the only problem with not giving Facebook at least some control to see how they're gonna do and giving them all these restrictions for what they can't do is that you're making a decision for Facebook and they're just kind of like doing the wrong thing and they have to, because you don't give them any room to do anything else. Okay, so I definitely like to come in and restructure this, but I think that's a different topic for something else. This is what I'm really interested in. How many ad set creatives you guys are testing in general? You know how many different distinct ads you guys have in total right now?
I couldn't tell you, no.
You know how many videos you guys have?
Very few.
Okay. So it looks like you guys are definitely doing your thing on the image. We'll actually touch bases on how to do your images. But just as far as the video, if you guys are running very, very few, what is very, very few? How many is that?
We tested like less than a dozen.
Around 10?
Yeah, we probably got like three running right now.
Okay. So you've tested about 10, you have 3 running, and that's total lifetime for the business.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we talked about this last time. We definitely want to like test a lot more. I'd probably say like 5 to 7 a week. So we definitely want to get those numbers up. You'd be surprised just how much more volume you have to do just to beat your competitors. Like a lot of people figure out like, or say they like, and Alex Ramosi says this all the time. He's like, people will do, this amount and be like, oh, I didn't get the result I wanted. I guess it just doesn't work. But you have to realize like it requires this amount, like 10 times more than you were thinking it was going to take to actually start getting the result that you wanted. And that's just what a lot of people aren't willing to do, is just put in that extra volume. For 10 ads, I mean, definitely not enough volume. So that's a big thing that we want to cover. And I'll actually add that to the list right here. 3 to 5 new creatives a week. We'll even go 3. We'll test 3 creatives a week to start, but eventually you want to get those numbers up. And I want these particular to be videos, at least 2 of them to be videos, but I'd probably say like 3 videos because I want to see how videos work for you guys in specific. But there's a good framework that you guys can use. So when you guys are looking for like, what videos to create, how do I make my videos, what type of UGC creator should I get? I love to always just look at what the competition's doing. So there's 2 ways you can do that. First and foremost, just go to ads library and just go in here and you can search up what people are doing, look up your competitors. They don't even have to be in the exact same like niche as you. They can be someone else, but they're doing it pretty well. Because I know in your particular niche, we looked through, there wasn't that many people running ads. Like you can go to like AG1. If they're running a really, really solid ad, you can literally take the framework of their video, break it down, and then run it for yourself. Okay. And then another one you can use is Foreplay. So Foreplay right here, they're also very, very great. You can choose between the one. Facebook ad library is free, so you can just kind of choose here. What you want to do is you find a competitor. They don't have to be a direct competitor. You just find a reputable brand, someone who you know is crushing. So whether that's Nutrafol, Blue Chew, whatever, it doesn't even have to be a supplement company, but people who are similar as possible if you can't find in your direct niche. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna go down here to filters. You're gonna filter by the ones that have been running the longest. So there's a certain way you can do it. First of all, always have active ads on, media types. We wanna see videos, so we'll choose over videos, and then we'll apply those 2 filters, and we'll literally just scroll all the way down. If it's been running longer, that means it's been working longer. Now it's not 100% always, that time, or that's what that means, but typically, 70% of the time, that's what it means. Like good ad, it's been running for a few years. It means it's probably a winning ad with winning frameworks. Okay, so you see these ones are all the way back in January, especially for pictures. I mean, you can click on this. You can probably replicate this picture pretty quick. Pictures are super simple. You literally just try to make it one-to-one, obviously, with your brand. Obviously, you can't rip it because you're a supplement company. You're not just taking the image, but just make it as similar as possible. Like, truly as similar as possible. And as far as the videos,
my hair went from this to this. I mean, a few years ago, I was experiencing a lot of hair thinning. I literally tried everything. I tried collagen. I oiled my scalp. I would go months trying to avoid heat in my hair. I got so desperate, I literally added onion juice to my shampoo.
So what I would do with like creatives like this is like, you watch the video and then just framework it. Now you can literally copy the exact same words. So she said, my hair, you'd be like, my, butt or whatever, my breast or whatever. That's the hook. And then you just keep going down on like that. So
my hair went from this to this.
That's the hook.
I mean, a few years ago, I was experiencing a lot of hair thinning.
And then they're introducing the problem. So you go hook, my hair went this, and that, and then they introduce the problem. So you would introduce your problem in a very similar way. But yeah, you would go through and like break it down. So I'd get on like a Google Doc or get on like a Notion, and I'd literally do that. Like I'd go through, so hook, and then I'd be like, okay, my hair went from, blank to blank. And then I'd put yours. So then be like, my hook. And you'd be like, my breasts went from blank to blank. And you literally just sit down there and you break it down. That's how you're going to get your script. So then she addressed
my hair was experiencing a lot of hair thinning. I literally tried.
And she went to a problem.
Everything. I tried collagen.
And now she's going into what she's tried. So failed solutions. So it went from problem. My hair was thinning. You could say your problem and you kind of change it for yourself. I've always been insecure about my breasts, whatever. Alternative solutions or failed solutions, better yet. And then you just kind of write that out. And again, every framework for every video is going to be different. Some people have, their hook, and then there's straight into the product, and then straight into testimonials and call to action. Some might follow this formula, but if you want to break down the frameworks of viral videos, reword them, keep it as similar as possible. And that's what you're going to give your UGC creators as scripts to use. Proven frameworks of people that have already worked. Viral videos that have already worked. So you don't have to go in and try to remake it for yourself and kind of figure that whole thing out from scratch and figure out. I think Alex Ramosi said this again. I watch a lot of his content. There's like infinite amount of places you can put a brick wrong, but there's only a few places where you can put a brick in a building where it actually builds the building and it actually makes sense. If I just take a random steel pole out of a building, it'll probably topple over. There's only one real place where that steel pole is going to actually work in that building. So again, there's infinite amount of things you can try. A lot of them are going to be wrong. The people who have figured it out, these have been running since December 2024, so we can safely say they probably figured it out. We want to figure out, we want to take those. These are the steel poles that we just kind of copy and kind of do for ourselves. Does that kind of make sense?
Right, yes.
Questions on that or how that framework process would go? Do you want me to walk through a couple more?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Basically, reverse engineering it, taking the framework and adding your product and problem solution, etc.
100%. And if I could give some like keynotes on like my best ads, the ads that I always see perform the best, they're just organic. They blend in seamlessly with the like Facebook algorithm. Like the feed, it doesn't look like an ad. They just look completely organic. Like you would never even know it's an ad. Those ones are typically doing the best. So like I would let your UGC creators and stuff know, hey, you're going to use this script and you want to make it as natural and, fit into the feed as possible. It shouldn't come off salesy at all. You do those two things, reverse engineer a viral script, make it sound natural and like it fits into the script. You're going to start finding, your viral ads. And if you're doing, again, volume, you're doing 3 of those a week, reverse engineering viral videos, eventually you're going to find one ad that just really, really works. And all you really need is a couple ads to scale you up, especially if you're testing new every single week. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So where you guys are currently at, you're doing 22K in rev. We had a full conversation, a full breakdown of your brand on how we're going to take it to 100K a month the next 1-2 months. That's the goal right there. Big things, why we have it, the problems that we kind of diagnosed, lack of creatives. We're only testing 2 or 3. We need to start testing 3 every single week and reverse engineering those. And then also optimizing our product page for conversion and AOV, and then focusing on one main product. So I would say that's probably another big problem. It's super hard to do all this stuff for like 5-6 products at a time, So just focus on one, get that one right. So game plan, what we're going to do is focus on the breast lift product that you guys are doing. This is giving 75% of the results, so we're going to focus on that. We're going to add a buy button, add a dynamic checkout button, so we can kind of bump up that conversion rate and bump up the impulse purchases. This alone should bring up the conversion rate. We'll start testing, bumping up our that insurance add-on that you guys are having, and also testing the prices, bump those up every single week by a few dollars until we see a significant drop on conversion rate. We'll bump it back down 1 notch, and then we'll stay there. Okay. Post checkout, again, run those post checkouts, super huge bundle, and just the take rate doesn't have to be high, but you want to run a super huge bundle because that's going to really boost up the AOV. Again, we want customers spending $200-$300, even if it's a couple of them, because those are going to really skyrocket the AOV. Update our product picture, huge one. Make sure we kind of go for an example similar to this. And I was talking to Rampton, kind of going over, you don't necessarily have to take the product picture itself. You can kind of take a white background photo and then have a designer go in and Photoshop it where it looks real. But the big part is we just want it to look real and not like AI. I think we could make it look a lot better than this one. Okay. Testing some different landing pages, figuring out what works. Maybe, design 2 or 3 landing pages, test all of them, see which one works the best. Kind of run with that one. That one's going to really, really help. Just doing that should boost your conversion rate by an entire %. Fixing your testimonial product page. That's the product page. Adding some picture reviews, adding some video reviews, friends, family members. Start all the free people first. You don't really need that many, 5 or 10, not even 10, like 5 realistically. And you can probably take pictures all on your counter and one on your bathroom floor and one in your living room and then one on the fireplace and just make it look like it's from different people at different times. But realistically, it's all of you. So that's a super easy way to do that. Announcement bar, fix it with that. Add that free shipping unlock, bump it up a little bit to $90 so customers feel like they have to earn it. They don't just get free shipping off rip. Big lever there that I feel like is dramatically going to increase your conversion rate again by 1% and allow you guys to actually scale. Testing 3 new creatives a week and then reverse engineering those creatives from viral ads that we find on Ad Library that have been working for a long time and kind of making our own spin to it. And I kind of put down the framework of how to do that, figure out whatever hook they said. Okay, cool. How does this fit into my product? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, now they did a problem. Okay, how do I say it? Boom. They did a failed solution. Okay, how do I say it? Now they did a call to action. Now how do I say it? You just literally follow the framework and exactly how they're doing the video and make it your own. Now in the future, we'll get you to a point where you're making your own creatives, you're making your own frameworks, but just doing this should take you to 7 figures, 100K, 200K easily.
Wow. Awesome.
That's great.
Any questions on this right here? How do you guys feel?
I mean, yeah, it feels good. Thank you so much for going through that and doing a deep dive with us. It all makes sense. We haven't done like a review like this in a very long time. We're, working in our business and not on our business.
Yeah.
So that's something we know and we always strive to do. You get caught up, right? Life happens, things come up, and we just want to be able to break through from this, and we believe we can with your help and guidance like this.
Yeah, 100%. I think you guys can. Like looking at your business, you have super strong metrics. The product obviously sells, it's obviously validated. Now it's just kind of tweaking some small things to kind of really get it there. And again, we'll work on this stuff really closely together over the next few weeks until we really start optimizing some of this big stuff. But I mean, I'm excited. How do you guys feel? Do you think it's possible to crush 100K next couple months?
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Cool. Perfect. Well, I love the whole review. I'm glad I can kind of knock that out for you guys. We'll kind of finish up the YouTube video from here. If you guys want your stuff reviewed the same or work with me one-on-one, go to the description book or call me personally. But regardless, Shireen, Rampton, you guys were amazing. Excited to implement some of the stuff and work with you guys on this. And cool. We'll end the video here. Peace.
Thank you so much.